Uh, I seen this guy before, but I wanted to see what's up with this. So I never react. I'm trying to get as much reaction videos as I can. But yeah, so let's see what this video is about. Seen him
What's
back
up,
in like
brothers? Hope everybody's
COVID
doing
times.
well out there. Today, we're going to talk about the dating experience of the average man.
All right.
And unfortunately, for a lot of you guys, you're going to find this one relatable. Now, what's the dating experience of the average man? Well, the average man finds himself a girl he really likes. He takes her out on a few dates. He
Mm-hmm.
spends some time getting to know her a little bit. And just when his attraction to her is at an all-time high, and he starts to catch feelings and genuinely love this woman, well, along comes another guy. Maybe he's just a little bit better looking. Maybe he makes a little bit more money. Maybe he's just a little bit taller. But something about this other guy is causing his perceived value to be a little bit higher than yours. And like magic, time and time again, she just somehow ends up with that other guy, and the two of them just seem to fit so well together, and it's so tough to look at.
I don't know why like nowadays it's like certain like a lot of people like a lot of guys are like especially they are so like they care about their height so much. They care about their damn face. They care about so much things that females typically will care about. Like, bro, why do you care that you're 5'5", bro? At least you have legs, bro. Like, be grateful that you can walk. Be grateful that you can actually use your legs because there's people out there that don't have that ability to do it. Like, there's people who will take your spot. Bro, there's people out there that be like, yo, I would pray to God if there was a day I can actually just know what it feels like to walk. Like, bro, like stop being like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people will really be like so ungrateful for the things that they have, though, and you have no control over it too. So it's like, what's the point of complaining about it? Like the 6 foot dude of money, like and all that. Like, bro, who cares? First of all, money doesn't get you females, but yes, it can attract them. But if that's what you want to be using to attract them, then I mean, so be it.
But they're happy together,
To each their own.
and she's happier with that guy than she ever could be with you. Now, sure, I'm sure that rings a bell for the overwhelming majority of men out there. Hell, some women might even find that relatable. We all go through these times. It can be rough. But after a guy goes through this enough times, he just continues to repeat this pattern over and over again. He gets a little bit scorned. He's hurt. And he draws the conclusion that when you remove sex from the equation, men love women the same way they love children, the same way they love their loyal best friend hound dog.
Hmm.
It's genuine. It's encompassing. It's unconditional. It's unbreakable. And the way women love men is the same way they love getting their nails done. It's something they really enjoy. It's something that makes them feel good. It's something that they get pissed off when they can't have. But it's something that's very replaceable. It's a disposable commodity. And that's the harsh reality that a lot of men deal with. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just something that a lot of men go through, and that's the relationship pattern for a lot of men. That's what the average man goes through. Even the above average man. And then eventually, if he does find a woman that actually wants to be with him in a long-term relationship, the what do we call it? The experience turns out to be that she wants to occupy all of his time, control his life, spend all of his money.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing though. Like, if you have no backbone, right? See, like, there's like a whole like there's like this this norm, like the nice guy or the bad boy, right? Like the problem is like when you're nice, like you just allow things, you just allow things with no backbone. So you just you give everything, you just like let females get everything they want. You know, you don't have no standards, no morals, no nothing. Like you just basically just willingly just giving people your money, and you don't care about yourself, you don't respect yourself. So how you can't really blame the female for doing that. If someone sees a weak opponent, why not use them for how weak they are? Like that's just how it is, right? If someone smells the weakness off you, then of course you're gonna be an easy target. So it's just simple. Like this has nothing to do with money and all that. Like it's just and if you have money and you're weak, that's even worse.
And if all the conditions aren't being met, she'll threaten to leave him. Well, that's the experience of the average guy.
And that's when having game is important. If you had game, that wouldn't happen.
And I don't even mean this in a negative way. I'm just saying that's very common, and there's a lot of men out there that are going to find that one relatable. And it's perhaps somewhat devastating to a lot of guys. And it probably starts out, you know, at a young age, very young age. You know, when a man's just a virgin and he finds himself a lady that he falls in love with. You know, he's young, he's innocent. He finds a woman he falls in love with, and he sits back and he watches her lose her virginity to somebody else.
That's some wild.
You know, it's not just an old wives' tale that most men would prefer a virgin. There was a time in every man's life when he demanded that the only woman that he would date, the only women that he would take seriously, were to be virgins.
See, I don't understand this whole concept of like wanting virgins. Like, bro, like why? First of all, that's really gonna be like. I'm not saying that you won't find that anywhere, but I'm just saying, like, bro, like, why do you care what she did in her past? Like, it literally has nothing to do with you, bro. It literally has nothing to do with you, bro. Like, literally. So I don't understand this whole concept of wanting like, bro. I don't know. It's just so.
You know, typically in the teenage years, he didn't want somebody else's leftovers. He wanted an experience, a new, fresh experience with somebody that was just like him. You know, but a lot of guys, they just go through this experience where they never go through that. You know, they never get to have that experience where their first time is with somebody else who's also experiencing it for their first time. You know, that's a big pivotal moment in somebody's life that a lot of guys never experienced. And it's sad to say. And you know, as he becomes an adult, he goes through that relationship pattern over and over again that we had talked about earlier. And eventually he becomes scorned and somewhat repulsed by dating. And this is where you have the men sent their own way movement. Some men go their own way willingly, but a lot of them are sent their own way. You know, they're sent walking down that road of loneliness.
I don't understand this whole concept. Like, bro, if you're lonely and like, bro, if you wanna, if you're mad about the situation you're in, then change it. Like, what's the point of crying about it and complaining? Like, how is that gonna do anything, bro? Like, literally, just understand, be self-aware of your situation, find the exact reasons why this is happening, and fix it. Like, bro, what?
And this isn't a pity party. You know, this isn't me trying to stir up drama with these guys. I'm just saying the world should at least take some time to recognize that this is going on, this is happening, and the percentages are going up like crazy. You know, so we can spread positivity and motivation. You can't get positive until you either eliminate the negative or you talk about the negative in a way that it can in some way become positive through outlets of community and people getting together and talking about these things. Now, what is the leading cause of this occurring,
That's what I want to know.
well, it's pretty obvious.
Let's see.
It's promiscuity. Now, men, and as I was saying, the way men love women, the same way that they love their children or even their pets when you remove sex from the equation. Well, what I mean by this is they want to protect women. You know, they want to care for women. They want to be there for women. They genuinely love women. And when they see a woman out there being promiscuous, what they see is risky behavior.
But it's like, I don't understand though. Like, okay, see, if you're like trying, if you're not looking for marriage or like, you know, like looking for a girlfriend, then like girls who do that, like, first of all, you have no right to judge them. Like, are you trying to, like, you're not trying to date them, right? So why judge them for what they want to do? Makes no sense, right? And if your girlfriend or wife is doing that to you, then you just didn't see her actions before you even dated her. You didn't vet her properly. You didn't um you didn't see who she really was before y'all dated. So that's kind of a you problem. You sold yourself. You set yourself up for failure.
STDs, um, mental and physical damage and harm that can be done to women out there. And also, when you break it down, risky behavior, whether it be promiscuity, drugs, or alcohol, it's really all the same thing. As a matter of fact, speaking of those three, promiscuity, drugs, and alcohol, typically if somebody conducts...
Subscribe to the channel.
Typically, if somebody takes part in one of those three, they're probably taking part in all three of them. You know, very seldom do you see somebody with a notch count of over 50 that didn't have drugs and alcohol involved in the process. Very seldom do you see somebody that's on drugs and alcohol that isn't actively seeking random sex with strangers. They just go hand in hand.
Hey, just don't associate yourself with those type of people. I mean, it's like, how would you know? I mean, listen, bro, you can tell by someone's character and how they operate, bro. Like, that's really the best thing you can do. Like, just really analyze and pay attention, be more self-aware.
So the same way that you would want to punish your child or protect your child from that sort of behavior, men want to protect women from that sort of behavior as well. But we can go back to the Bible, if you want to. And I know a lot of you people don't believe in that stuff, but let's be honest here. Whether you believe in it or not, somebody wrote that shit 2,000 years ago. And in the Garden of Eden, Eve cheated on Adam with the guy that was just a little bit more exciting. She was seduced by him, and she gave in and she did it.
Maybe that guy just had game. I don't know, bro.
And that's I'll put it like this: there's a lot of ways that you can take that story. A lot of directions that you can go with that story. But the facts are the facts. And the way I go with that story is that sometimes we can be seduced into certain behaviors and certain actions that are going to have a long-lasting impact on not only ourselves, but society in general. And I think, society has bitten that apple long, long ago. And here we are. And it's just getting worse and worse. Now, I'm not too much of a Bible banger. I'm just somebody that takes time to discuss and learn about people's problems in dating and intersexual dynamics and whatever you want to call it, red pill, black pill.
Yeah, I'm not gonna all that red pill, all that BS, bro. Shit, that's another video for another day, bro. I'm telling you.
Pickup artist game, it's all the same to me. It's just a study of intersexual dynamics. And, it's just something I find fascinating. And, I know the average man out there kind of goes through life, and they're going through that process. They meet a girl they like, And somewhere along the line, she doesn't like him back.
So that's the problem because that was like a norm that dating has been like a norm for like majority of people like people's lives, like even mine, bro. Like, you see in the movies, television, the TV shows that you're supposed to be nice, you're supposed to be kind, you're supposed to open the door for her, be a gentleman, take her on dates. See, that's what we were shown, right? But we weren't told that those things that you do are things that like should be earned. Like, you shouldn't just be giving them flowers. You shouldn't be just taking them on a date. Why are we doing all this to a person we just met? Like, when you think about it, that, sounds the most stupidest thing ever. Why would I take a female I just met for one day on a date? For what? Why? Like, what? Because she looks good? Like, no, bro. And most of the guys that do that just want to have sex after, bro. So, which is insane work, but
And this process just keeps going
so
on
you're
over
basically
and
paying
over
for
again.
yeah.
Some
You
guys,
get
they
the
don't
point.
even get that first date. They don't even get their foot in the door.
That's.
And
But why do you want the date though? What does she deserve for you to like get the? Like, what does she do to you to get that date, bro?
you try to study, why does this happen? What's causing this to happen? And it's perceived as a giant negative, and nobody wants you to study it. Nobody wants you to look into it. Nobody wants you to talk about it. And I wonder why. Seems like something we should be talking about. If you are a guy that's in this category, something I think you should take into consideration is the Dom effect. Now, there's two routes you could go, I should say. Route number one will say just be happy with yourself. Go do your own thing. If you want to be single and live the bachelor life for the rest of your life, go ahead and do it. Find things to occupy your time and make you happy. That's fine. But if you're somebody that does want to partake in the dating game and you want to find a way to get results, which I think most of you are, well, there's something that I call the Dom effect. And it's very similar to the term alpha widowed, but I call it the Dom effect. Before the term alpha widow was created, that's what I would call it.
Alpha male, alpha.
And what that means is
so goofy to me.
the man that makes the most dominant impression on a woman's life is going to be the standard that she sets, or it's going to be the guy that she always thinks about. He's always going to cross her mind. So to give you an example, if her ex-boyfriend spoke to her like, grab your shit, get ready, get in the car, we're going out to eat. I'm taking you out to freaking Applebee's, wherever. And the way you speak to her is, hey, would you like to go out to eat on Saturday? Would you like...
I mean, see, that's like you just talking like you talking like a damn girl. Like, you talking like you got your balls haven't dropped. See, like, bro, like, it's like those. I'm not saying those guys, like, those people who like talk like that, like, they actually have that's their personality. I'm not saying like you should fake it and try to like, oh yeah, be masculine, like, oh, like, no, but like sometimes like I agree with him that you gotta really like it's like speak with your chest, but I don't know. It's like
to,
I've seen
maybe,
a couple of people like that in person,
hang out
though.
for a little bit.
You could just
What
tell,
kind of food
like,
do you
yeah,
like? Where do you want to go?
she controlling.
Okay. Well, what time should I pick you up? Do you want to meet me there? Or do you want me to pick you up? Well,
Yeah, that's
when she hears you talk like that and compares you to the ex,
perhaps could drier than a
you're not going to meet that standard. And even if she does give you the time of day, at some point she's going to crave him or a man just like him. So she's going to leave you and she's going to go find him. And it might be brutal to some of you to rationalize that because you see that taking place in your own life, but understanding that and getting it through your head can really help you. It can go a long way. So there's only two things that a man needs to succeed in the dating game, excluding looks and money. because those two certainly will help, but they're sort of prerequisites. The two things that a man needs is a high emotional IQ and strong boundaries. And what do I mean by this? You got to have a willingness to show emotions, and you got to show a willingness to have emotional strength. You're not weak, you're not pathetic, you're not a crybaby, you're not a whiner. You don't break down easy. You know, you could say you're stoic to some degree, but at the same time, you've got a soft hand as well. You know how to, when the time is right, be loving and caring. But when the time is not right, you know when to revoke that. The second thing, the strong boundaries. Some people call this a willingness to walk away, which would fall under the same umbrella. Some people call it maintain and frame, which would fall under that umbrella. But essentially what this means is, if you're not getting compliance, and compliance should go both ways, don't get me wrong. A man and a woman should be in full compliance with one another. But if you're dating a woman and you're settling for attention, she gives you attention, meaning she talks to you, she spends time with you, maybe you have a little bit of sex, you know, she gives you attention. But there's no compliance. You know, when you tell her, hey, I need something done, or hey, I need to see you now, or I want you to do this, or we need to make a change, and she's non-compliant,
Yeah, she's gone.
well, that means she's overstepping your boundaries. And if you let her overstep your boundaries, she'll lose respect for you, lose attraction to you. She'll want to go back with that other guy that had strong boundaries. This is,
But another thing is too, if she's disrespecting your boundaries, that means you have weak leadership.
a part of evolutionary psychology, which I don't want to get into too much, but as I was saying, if a man loves a woman the same way he loves his children, that means he wants to protect her. He has to establish boundaries for his children and his wife. And I don't even mean that in a misogynistic way. It's a man protecting his relationship because he loves his woman. That's all. And you gotta...
Yeah, but they try to protect... See, that's the problem, though. They be trying to protect a female who wants to do what she wants. If she wants to do what she wants, let her choose. Simple.
Have those...
She ain't gonna do it with me no more.
Two things.
They're trying to
I should say those four things.
They're trying to put on the cape and superhero.
As long as you have those. Sure. Not every relationship's gonna work out. But at least your relationships will be on your condition. And that's what really matters in the long run. Things have to be done on your own conditions, on your own terms. And whether you're single or in a relationship. So keep that in mind. And, you're never truly alone. If you're religious, you've got God.
I don't know what it is with people wanting to be like, bro, I love my company, bro. Like I'm alone right now and I'm over here making YouTube videos. I enjoy that a lot, so I don't know what people are
complaining about. You've got nature.
Where
you got the word.
Like if you're really that alone, bro, like, and I got brothers too, but then again, it's like, bro, I mean, get a dog or something, bro. Get an animal. It's like, well, I don't know what to tell you,
just
bro.
One small speck of dust in the universe, anyway.
Enjoy your company.
I wouldn't take it too serious. But hey, guys.
If you can't enjoy your company, then it's like, at this point, there's no point of trying to look for someone else to be with, because that's just hope at that point. Because once she leaves, then you're gonna start getting on
this video
was
somewhat informative.
Start crying and stuff, which is down bad.
That's about it for today.
All right, good video.